There's a kind of silence that cuts deeper than words. It's not the kind of silence you get in a peaceful room or during a calm evening. It's the silence that follows after a woman you care about starts ignoring you. No closure, no big blow-up, just a slow, subtle withdrawal. At first, you think Maybesh is just busy. You tell yourself she'll reply soon, but hours pass. Days, maybe she's online, she's posting, she's watching other people's stories, but she's not saying a single word to you. That's when it hits you. She's choosing to ignore you. And nothing stings more than that quiet rejection. No text, no call, no reason, just digital silence and emotional distance. You start thinking, what did I do wrong? Should I say something? Maybe I'll message her again just once more. But deep down, you know it won't work, because chasing her when she's ignorant you, that's exactly what most men do and exactly why most men lose all power in that moment. See, the instant you beg and trying harder for someone who's giving you less, you hand over your value. You become predictable, powerless, easy to forget. And let's be honest, women don't ignore men who make them feel something. They ignore men who've become easy to figure out. Men who are always available. Men who keep showing up even when they're being pushed away. But there's the truth. No one tells. You, that silence she's giving you, that cold stance, it's not the end. It's a test of who you are when things don't go your way. A test of whether you'll fold, chase, beg, or whether you'll hold your frame, step back, and rise in value without saying a word. Because a high-value man doesn't chase attention, hegemons it. He doesn't force a connection. He creates mystery. And he doesn't react out of fear. He acts out of control. That's why in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do when she ignores you. Not desperate tactics, not emotional manipulation, not games, just real masculine strategies that make her feel something she hasn't felt in a long time: curiosity, regret, desire. Because when you stop trying to pull her in and instead become the man she thought she could ignore, something wild happens. She starts checking your stories. She starts asking her friends about you. She starts wondering, why do I miss him all of a sudden? Because it's never about getting her attention. It's about shifting your energy. That's what flips the script. That's what puts you back in control. And that's what makes her start wanting you again, even if she's been ignoring you all this time. Stay tuned, Beckles, once you understand the silent power of distance, purpose, and masculine self-control. You'll never chase attention again. You won't need to. She feel your absence and crave your presence. And that's when the game changes. There comes a moment in every man's life where silence becomes louder than words. You know the kind. You've felt. It creeps in slowly, like fog rolling in through the cracks of what once felt like certainty. One day, she's there laughing at your jokes, sending good morning texts, asking about your day like she genuinely cares. Then slowly, something shifts. She takes longer to reply. She no longer initiates. The sparkle in her tone fades. And before you can even make sense of it, she's ignoring you. Cold, distant, unreachable, no fight, no closure, just absence. You start checking your phone more often. You overanalyze her last message. You scroll through her social media just to see if she's online, and worse, you see she is, but not with you. It feels personal. It feels confusing. And somewhere deep in your chest, it starts to hurt. But there's what no one told you. This momentum's not your defeat. It's your opportunity. Because how a man responds when a woman ignores him tells you very thing about his power. Most men, they chase, they beg, they double text, they try to remind her of how good they were. They try to fix something they didn't even break. But what they don't realize is that trying harder for someone who's giving you less doesn't win her over. It pushes her away even more. Because attraction doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in contrast, in tension, in presence, in mystery. And if she's ignoring you, there's one painful truth you need to accept. At some point, you became predictable, easy, emotionally available on demand. But let that realization break you. Let it wake you up. Because women don't ignore men who make them feel. They ignore men who've lost their edge, their purpose, their gravitational pull. But there's the twist. That pull, that power, that presence that once made her lean in closer, it's not gone. It's just being buried beneath the noise. So this video isn't about how to win her back. It's about how to win yourself back, how to reclaim your energy, rebuild your masculine core, and radiate the kind of presence that makes her wonder, why do I miss him now that he's silent? We're not going to talk about sending clever text. We're not here for tricks, manipulation, or needy apologies because the real men don't chase. Real men attract, and the moment you stop reacting to her stance and start embodying your value, that's when everything shifts. She starts to feel the void your silence creates. She begins to question the very silence she once imposed. She scrolls back to your old messages just to feel something. Because now you flip its power dynamic. Now you're the one she can't read. You're the Mr. Yagin. So if you've ever felt invisibilated, the woman you wanted most, if you've ever been ghosted, left unread, or treated like an afterthought, then what I'm about to share with you isn't just strategy. It's a new lens. It's the stoic path. It's what separates the average man from the rare, grounded masculine force she can't help but crave. Because when you stop trying to prove your worth and start living from it, that's when she stops ignoring and starts feeling. Stay with me because I'm about to give you the tools to stop reacting and start attracting. Even if she's ignoring you now, what comes next will leave her wondering why she ever pulled away to begin with. 1. Withdraw your attention like it's gold fire. Attention is the currency of desire. Most men give it away like loose change freely, constantly, desperately. Both I value men, they treat their attention like gold. Rare, precious, no easily earned. When a woman starts pulling away, when her messages get shorter, when her eyes wander elsewhere, when her laughter comes slower, that is the moment most men panic. They chase harder, they give more. They double down in compliments, check-ins, reassurances. And what does that do? It kills mystery. It confirms her suspicion. She has hintfully, easily, predictably, and desire. Real desire can't survive without mystery. But when a man withdraws his attention with calm precision, not out of anger, not from pettiness, but from grounded self-worth, everything changes. He doesn't ghost. He doesn't explain. He simply stops pouring energy into a woman who has stopped earning it. He no longer texts first. He doesn't like every story she posts. He doesn't chase validation. He gives space not to manipulate her, but because he respects himself more than the illusion of connection. This move makes her question everything. She wonders, why isn't he chasing? Did I lose him? Is he seeing someone else? Was he never that into me? That storm of questions, that's what reignites the attraction. Because desire isn't born in comfort. It's born in uncertainty and maintained in discipline. A man who treats his attention like gold becomes rare, and the rare always become one again. So pull back not to punish, but to purify the bond, to reset the balance, to reclaim your frame. And if she values you, she feel the absence more powerfully than any text you could send. Real men don't beg for attention. They become the type of men women don't want to risk losing. Fire 2, build insolence, not in noise. Fire, when most men feel unwanted or ignored, they start making noise. They post more. They show off. They flex. They reach out. They create accidental moments to be seen. All because they want her or the world to notice them again. But the truly attractive man does the opposite. He doesn't beg for validation. He doesn't over-explain his silence. He doesn't try to prove anything. He disappears into the shadows and builds. He works on his body. In silence, he strengthens his finances. In silence, he cultivates peace, power, and poise. Insolence, he transforms. Not for her attention, but for his own evolution, because the man who builds in silence holds the most potent surprise. When you go quiet and work, people forget about you until you return. Sharper, calmer, leaner, more grounded. You say little, but your presence screams. And for a woman who once ignored you, that silence side's different. It breeds curiosity. It makes her wonder, where did he go? What is he doing? Why does he look different? Why does he feel stronger? You see, the man who builds in silence creates magnetism. He becomes harder to access. He looks more refined. He stops explaining and starts embodying. He doesn't seek to be noticed. He becomes impossible to ignore. So if she's ignoring you now, don't respond with noise. Don't react with emotional outbursts, public flexing, or performative success. Just vanish into the forge of your own becoming. And when you return, she feel it. Everyone will, because your silence wasn't absence. It was transformation. And nothing seduces more than a man who invents himself quietly, relentlessly, and unapologetically. 3. Be around but not available fire. Presence is powerful, but overpresence cites poison to desire. There's a subtle art here, a masculine balance, between being visible and being unreachable. You didn't vanish into thin air. You remain in your world but just out of reach. You're seen but you're not accessible. You're known but you're not known deeply. You're felt but not owned. That's the difference between a man who is respected and one who is dismissed. Let's break this down. Imagine a man was always available. He responds instantly. He's always down to talk. He's always one call away at any time for any reason. What happens? His presence becomes expected. His value becomes normalized. And slowly, she stops feeling anything for him. Why? Because the human desire is not maintained by consistency alone. It thrives on scarcity. The less often she gets your energy, the more powerful it becomes. So instead of flooding her with constant attention, become selective. Don't ignore her, that's childish. Be around. Let her know you exist. Let her catch glimpses of you in person, in life, in quiet confidence. But do not hand over access to your energy like it's free candy. You might like her. You might even love her. But your availability is to always be earned, not assumed. This creates tension, not hostile tension, not manipulative. Games, but romantic clarity where your calm presence challenges her to rise. She starts asking, why do I feel his presence but can't reach him? Why do I see him yet he doesn't orbit me like before? Is he slipping away? Does he still want me? That confusion, that heat, that's the emotional contrast that reignite longing. You are not a boy begging for connection. You are a man rooted, whole, magnetic. You don't need to disappear completely. Just stop being easily axed. Let her feel your presence like gravity, always there, always steady, but not something she can just grab whenever she pleases. When you're around but not available, you stop buying background noise and become mystery again. Fire 4, trigger her competitive. Instinct fire. Every woman, even the quiet, shy, introverted ones, has a fire inside. A deep instinctual need to win, especially when it comes to desirable men. But here's the truth. That fire only ignites when she feels like she might lose you. Or worse, when she realizes someone else might win. Most men try to win women with comfort. They tell her, you're the one. I'm not talking to anyone else. I just wanted you. Sounds romantic, but what it really does, it gives her zero challenge, no pressure, no competition, and without a sense of competition. Attraction weakens because no woman wants a prize that no one else values, if you want her to want you again. You have to activate her competitive instinct. You don't do this with manipulation. You don't lie or fake a relationship just to make her jealous. That's immature. No, you trigger this instinct by rising in value and letting that value be seen by others. You surround yourself with women, not romantically, but socially. You walk into a room and other women turn their heads. You're polite, calm, confident, and focused. You don't chase. You don't try to prove anything, you just are. And guess what? She notices. Even if she acts like she doesn't care, she sees. Even if she plays cool, she feels it. Even if she ignores you, the threat of other women seeing your value hits hard because now the story has changed. Before she thought she could always come back, but now she's unsure. Now she's not the only one who might want you. Now the market has spoken and she's realizing she might lose her spot. That's when her mind shifts. That's when she replays moments with you in her head. That's when she starts wondering, did I mess up? Does he like Semi Niels? Why do other women want him? Do we still have a chance? And that right there, that uncertainty is fuel for attraction. You don't need to rub it in her face. You don't need to chase validation. Just become a man other women respect and notice and let the energy do the work. It's not about being a player. It's about becoming a man offset depth, power, and presence. That woman noticed without you needing to say a word. That's when she want to compete. That's when she want to reclaim her spot. Because a man who is desired by others becomes desired again be the one who almost lost him. Fire. 5. Return like a king, not a clown. Fire. You've withdrawn. You've rebuilt in silence. You've shown calm power. Now comes the most dangerous moment, their turn. And this is where most men fail. They do the work. They get stronger. They pull back. But when the Doria pins, when she finally reaches out again, when she sends that hey or likes their story or finds an excuse to talk, they stumble. They return too eager, too soft, too ready to fall back into her orbit. They give up the power they just built. They go back to clown energy instead of returning. Like a king. Let me make this brutally clear. The woman who's ignored you must not feel like Shekin just pick up where she left off. Your return must be slow, controlled, almost indifferent, not cold. But regal, you respond, but you don't jump. You're engaged, but you don't emotional like Kalipos. You're warm, but you're not willing. Not yet, not without effort from her, because a king doesn't gravel. He observes. He measures, he listens before he opens his gates. You must return with boundaries, not blind hope. If she starts chasing again, don't root it instantly. Let her prove her sincerity. Let her show consistency. Let her earn your trust and presence. You didn't do this to punish. You do it because you value yourself now. And more importantly, because the man she's approaching is not the same man she left behind. You are not broken. You are not desperate. You are not looking for a savior. You are whole. You are focused. You are powerful with or without her. And that energy, that calm, confident, unshakable masculine energy, it's magnetic. She feel it in the way you speak, in the way you respond, in your posture, in your eyes. You're not here to play her game anymore. You are the game now. You are the prize. And if she wants to be in your life, she must meet standard. Period. So remember, you didn't return to where you were. You're above it. And if she can't Rossetto meet you there, you keep walking with your head high like a king, not a clown. So now you know the path isn't to chase, to convince, or to beg. The path is to come. Become the man she thought she could walk away from, only to realize she can't stop thinking about. Because when you master these 5 moves, you don't need validation. You command respect. You don't try to be wanted, you become wanted. And if you felt something shift while listening to this, if a part of you awakened, the part that remembers who you used to be before the world softened your edges, then don't stop here. There's more power inside you, but you need to commit to the process of building it slowly, daily, ruthless libel. So hit that subscribe button back out here on Stoic State. We don't average. We rise above the noise. Every week you'll get real strategies. No fluff, rooted in psychology, humanity, and timeless masculine wisdom. If this resonated with you, drop a comment. Tell me which move you're going to make starting today, because that clock's ticking and the old version of you is already outdated. And remember this, she won't chase what she doesn't feel she could lose. So stop being easy. Be powerful. Be rare. Be the man she thought only existed in fantasy until she lost him. I'll see you in the next stone, brother. Stay sharp. Stay stoic. This is Stoic State.